I wanted to do a part two about this video about married women because when I released the video, I had a lot of butthurt men in the comments talking about how could you? You have no morals. You're not a man, blah, blah, blah. But bro, these women were not ugly. If you got fine ass Latina women, Asian chicks throwing it at you, most men are not going to turn it down. If you're married to a bad bitch and she's throwing that pussy at men, they're not going to turn it down. And I get it. I made a mistake and I won't do it again. But, I'm living in my truth. I'm telling the truth on what happened after my breakup when I was going through my whole phase, trying to get over my ex. I took the unhealthy way approach of trying to get over my ex by sleeping around. And that didn't work because at the time I still wasn't over my ex. I couldn't believe that I fumbled a good woman, and that's the mistake that I'm going to live with. I did a first video from Wake Up to Breakup about my relationship. It's the first video. I'll leave the link in the description. But yeah, man, after my breakup, I was just sleeping around, man. I was sleeping around a lot and I was just doing this to get over my breakup and that didn't help, And I wanted to make this video. I want you guys to learn from my story that even if you are paying all the bills, I want you guys to learn, even if you are paying all the bills for a woman, you're being a provider, that's still not going to make a woman loyal to you. You can't buy a woman's loyalty. Even though you're doing the right thing with paying all the bills, you're a husband, you're doing everything you can. If a woman is not sexually satisfied in a marriage, she's going to get her needs met somewhere else. That is the reality for most people. Most guys don't even know that their wives are cheating on them. They're working so much, they don't know what their wife is doing when she comes back home or when she has a girls' nights out or when she travels. That's something that men, they don't realize. They don't know what's going on in their wife's free time. So I was hooking up with these married women. And and I also want to say, man, like a lot of guys and a lot of men are delusional. They keep on saying, I've talked to other dudes about this, and they say, man, you need to get a Asian woman. Asian women don't cheat. Nigga, that is a fucking lie. Women are women. It doesn't matter what race of woman they are. Women are only loyal to their emotions. They're not loyal to a man. When women get married, they get married to the lifestyle, not the man. And I want to bring this up about the Asian chicks because I was hooking up with one girl, right? And she told me about this app. So this app is where most of these married women were on. The app is called Feeld. Feeld. That app is where most of the married women are on, looking for extra fun. So on that app, it's pretty discreet because the women will cover their faces, right? And they'll say, like, if they like you, if they send you a message, they will send a face pic in a private message so you can see what they look like. And the picture disappears or they can delete the picture, So that's where I met a lot of these married women on the app Feeld. I did pretty good on Tinder, but I got way more hookups on the Feeld app than I did Tinder and Bumble. So this girl told me about Feeld and I checked it out. And within the first 2 weeks, I got lucky on the Feeld app. And I think that's what made me kind of addicted to this, just hooking up, as much as I was, because I was just trying to get over my ex. I got lucky because I hooked up with 2 Asian chicks who were visiting from out of town. They were from California. They came to New York to visit. I guess they went to college here in New York, but they're here to visit. And I couldn't believe it at first because these were 2 bad Korean chicks. I'm like, because most Asian, even though my ex is Asian, I'm like, man, most Asian chicks don't really fuck with niggas like that. So I asked them to do a video call. They told me they use the Telegram app. And I never used that app before, so I downloaded the Telegram app. So it's like a private messaging app, right? So we did the face call, video call, all that, and they were real. So they told me about their situation that, so the 2 girls, one is engaged and the other was talking to some dude. So she's talking to somebody in California, right? But her friend is engaged and they just want to have fun, hook up and, do a threesome. I know it's fucked up what I did. I know it's fucked up, but shit, I was not going to turn down a threesome with 2 Asian chicks. I'm sorry. I was in a weak position. I was very vulnerable. I was trying to get over my ex. I took the unhealthy way approach of trying to get over my ex, but I was just drowning myself with I was just drowning myself in pussy, man. And I know it's bad. Um, that I hooked up with a woman who was engaged, but shit, I was just in a dark I was just in a dark spot, dark place during that time. And we did it. We hooked up. So I met them at a bar in the Lower East Side. They had a hotel. It was close to the bar. I go there, we talk, we get to know each other a bit, and they let me know, I'm pretty sure these women gave me fake names, but, they were like, yeah, we're here from California. And I'm like, okay, cool. Cause I'm from California. I'm from Oceanside, California. So that's right by San Diego. So, but they didn't tell me exactly where they were at, but I get it. They're trying to be sneaky. They're on the low. So I'm pretty sure the information they were giving me probably wasn't real because they're trying to be sneaky. But so I'm with them for drinks. We're drinking, we're talking, we're having fun. And the fiance who's engaged, she's like, I love black men, like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, is your fiance black? And she was like, no, he's not. So I'm like, okay. So I'm pretty sure she's Asian. So I'm pretty sure either her fiance is Asian or a white dude. So we're drinking, we're talking, and bro, just the disrespect that both of them were talking about her fiance. I guess she was just going in like he's not good in bed. He's kind of soft and shit. He's not dominant. He's not dominant. Most women want to be dominated when they get into the bedroom. And she was talking about how he likes to make love and shit. And I'm like, bruh, this is about to be somebody's wife. And she's talking this much shit about him. So she's talking about, yeah, she wants to be choked and she's very freaky. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, well, do you guys travel? Like you guys travel together? Do you guys like travel a lot? And they were like, yeah, we go on trips a lot. So in my head, I'm thinking like they probably do this shit all the time, every time they travel. That's that's what was in my head. But I'm like, okay, I don't care because I'm about to get some pussy, right? So we're talking and they're just talking so much shit about her fiance. And the girl who's talking to someone who's not in a relationship, she's like, girl, all you gotta do is be married to him for a certain amount of years, like my girlfriend did, and you can get so much money out of him and stuff. They were like plotting and scheming. But the thing is, a lot of Asian women are very strategic when they get married. Very few Asian women are going to marry a broke dude. They're very strategic on that. Just it is what it is from from my experience being around these Asian women. So they're talking shit about the fiance, being just very disrespectful. And it was just embarrassing to hear all this. And the thing is when we were out, so the fiance kept on calling her phone and she kept on ignoring it. She kept on ignoring it. If your girl goes out, bro, she's on a girl's night out and she keeps on ignoring your call, that is a sign she's probably doing something she ain't got no business doing. Because this guy was blowing up her phone. She kept on ignoring it. So they pick up the tab. They paid for everything. We had appetizers, drinks. They paid for everything. So they pick up the tab and they pick up the tab and the fiance calls again. So this time she picks up and we're like quiet, right? And she has a fucking attitude. She's like, what? What do you want? I'm like, yo, so this guy's a cuck, or he's like very, very soft. For a woman to answer the phone like that, bro. So she's going to marry a weak beta male. The way she answered that phone, so she just told him that she's out with her girls and she's doing her. So she hung up and we went to the hotel. The hotel was close to the bar. We go to the hotel and we get it in. We have fun. And threesome etiquette, guys. When you're having a threesome, bro, don't ever use the same condom you used on her with the next chick. You got to always switch condoms. A lot of guys don't know that about threesome etiquette, so just keep that in mind. So we do, we have fun. I get done with the chick who's talking to somebody, not the fiance. So I get done with her. I get in the shower because they have like a nice suite. This hotel was very nice. So they have a nice suite. I get in the shower, wash up because every time I hook up, I like to just get in the shower and wash up. So I get in the shower, I wash up, and I get another condom, and I start going at the fiance. So me and her get it in, and bro, I'm banging out the fiance, right? And she told me, she was like spit in my mouth. And I was like, ooh, no. I couldn't do that because shit, we just had appetizers and drinks and shit. And I'm like, I could not do that. So I didn't do it. And when she said that, I'm like, okay, this chick watches a lot of porn. She's a freak. To ask me to spit in your mouth, I couldn't do it. I'm not that freaky like that. So I just think that's nasty. But she asked me to do it. I said no. And that was it. I spent the night at the hotel and we got it in. And just from that experience, I was like, okay, I'm gonna stay on the field app because this shit is lit. So I stayed on the field app. Oh, and then after that, yeah, that was the last time I saw them. I haven't. That was it. I spent the night at the hotel. We went at it a couple of times throughout the night. And yeah, that was it. That was the last time I saw them. And I'm pretty sure she's married now because she said she was engaged and they were to be married like 2 months from that date that we met. So I want to say this was February of 2025. So I'm pretty sure these people are married by now. But yeah, I had a threesome with two Asian chicks and I was not, ooh, yeah, I'm sorry. I know I fucked up, but I was not going to turn that down. And yeah, it was lit. It was lit. And from that experience, I was addicted. I was okay. I want to have more fun. I want to have more fun and just. I'm trying to get over my ex. That's my mindset. I'm thinking I need to fuck. I need to fuck as many women as I can to get over my ex. But still, I was not over my ex. Even after that threesome, bro, I come home and I'm still thinking about my ex, bro. After I had after I had an amazing night with these two chicks, I was still thinking about my ex. Still thinking about her because I wasn't over her. So a lot of these married women, man, they'll use the Telegram app. It's a messaging app and it's like a private app. So on the Telegram app, because when I woke up and I looked on the app, all of our messages were deleted. So you can put a timer on the Telegram app so the messages can delete. So when you send pictures or videos, you can delete it on both sides. So that's why a lot of married folks use the Telegram app. I'm giving y'all so much game. A lot of married women use the Telegram app. Every married woman I talked to from field, that was the app they used for communication, the Telegram app. That's what they used. So the next married chick I met on the field was a Spanish chick. Bad Spanish. She was Puerto Rican. And I get it, man. I told you in my other videos, don't date women over 30. I wasn't dating this chick. I was just fucking her. And this woman was a 40-year-old Puerto Rican bad chick. You can have fun with women over 30, but when I made that video about not taking women seriously over 30, like if you really gonna get married to a woman over 30, 40 years old, settle down, try to have kids with them, even though they've had a past, you can do that. I know I wouldn't do it. But if you want to pump it up and have fun, yeah. Recreational use, yeah, for sure. That's what I was doing. So the other married woman I was sleeping around with, she was Puerto Rican, 40 years old, bad chick. And again, so she works a good job. She says she makes six figures and her husband owns like a construction company or some shit. But again, they gave me the same sob story. The sex is bad. He's always tired after work. We're in a sexless marriage. And that is a recurring theme with these women who cheat on their husbands. They're in a sexless marriage, blah, blah, blah. So we meet up a couple of times. She comes over and I bang her out a couple of times. And I know it was bad. I know it was fucked up of me to do this, but bro, this chick was so fucking bad. The married women I was fucking, they were not ugly. If they were ugly, then no, I wouldn't have done it. And the reason I stopped with her, the reason I stopped with her because she was just too freaky for me. I thought I was a freak, but she was too freaky. Even though that she's married, she wanted to get slutted out, she told me. Bad Latin chick. She wanted to get slutted out. I'm like, what? Well, I'm like, we're fucking. Like, what else do you want? She wanted to go to a sex party. And I was like, I wasn't trying to do that. Because like, I'm okay with group sex. Like if I'm having a threesome group sex, it's just going to be me and two women or another woman. I don't want no other men around me while I'm doing my thing with a woman. But that's what she wanted. She said her fantasy was to be with two guys or three guys at the same time. And I was like, you lost me there. I couldn't do it. So when I told her no, she was like, okay, fine then. And I didn't hear from her for about a week. And then she hit me up again. And she says, I wish you would have came with me. I was like, came where? She was like, I went to the sex party. I'm like, you went alone? And she was like, no, I found some guy on the app to come with me. And I'm like, bruh. And I was turned off. I was like, damn. Because she was bad. I would have hit it again because she was that bad. But I was like, yeah. And that was the last time I heard from her. So I'm pretty sure she got a rotation of niggas. She's fucking. She's successful. She makes 6 figures, she says. And her husband owns a construction company. So they both make money. But she's in a sexless marriage. So again, I was done with her. Like, yeah, and this is New York City, bro. I don't know if it's just New York City, but there's a lot of open-minded people here. A lot of people are into some freaky shit here. There's a lot of sex clubs here in New York. There's a lot, like, I feel like there's an underworld a lot of you guys don't know about. A lot of women are into some freaky shit. They're into some swinger shit, group sex. A lot of women are freaks right now. And it's mainly these corporate chicks who are working these stressful jobs. A lot of these women want to get banged out because they are stressed out at work. I'm telling you, it is what it is. And I had a lot of, I was attracting a lot of Spanish chicks. I met another Spanish chick who was visiting from out of town. She was visiting from Florida and she came here for work. Easy. We matched on field, hooked up. I went to her hotel, banged her out, and she was married too. And I know it's fucked up, but I kept on doing it because it was so easy. I didn't have to put any effort. Like, you know, when these women tell you guys, you got to court me and take me out on dates, I didn't have to do none of that. These women either came to my apartment or I met up with them at their hotel because they were visiting for work. A lot of guys got to realize that if you have a woman and she's traveling a lot for work, she's probably getting it in, especially if she's not picking up her phone as much. If she's always ignoring your call and shit, she is doing something she ain't got no business doing. I banged a couple of flight attendants as well. Flight attendants are freaks. Every time they land, they're getting it in. I asked one flight attendant, I was like, is it true about flight attendants? And she was like, yep. They're all fucking around. So if you want to take a flight attendant seriously, just be cautious about that because they are freaks. They're getting it in as well. You got to think about it. They're always traveling state to state. These people are having fun, bro. I'm telling you, man, just learn from this. If you are paying all the bills as a man, that's not going to make a woman loyal to you. If you are not putting it down in the bedroom, she's going to get it from somebody else. And a lot of guys, I think that hurts a lot of men because they're doing the best they can, right? They're doing the best they can to make a marriage work. They're trying to provide, protect, all that bullshit, right? I don't want to say bullshit, but yeah, you're supposed to do that in a marriage, right? But a lot of women are selfish. They're for self. A woman will marry you, but not because of you, because she wants the lifestyle. She wants the lifestyle, not you. And you guys got to realize that. You guys got to realize that. And then on the Field app as well, bro, it's very upfront and direct. On these women's profiles, they'll tell you straight up, I want to be with a guy, he got to be hung, he got to have a big you know what, I want to have group sex, I want to get slutted out. So many women have told me their fantasies that they want to be with multiple men at the same time. And these are people's wives, bro. I'm telling you, y'all, go on the Field app. You'll see what the fuck I'm talking about. Go on the Field app. I haven't been on there in a while because I just needed a break. So I got off that, but I haven't been on the Field app in a while. But go on that app. See what I'm talking about. And the wives on there, they have their pictures covered. Like they'll have a picture of them, but their eyes are covered or it's like right here. And they'll usually send you a face picture in the private message. So that's how it was, man. I was cleaning house on a Field. I got a lot of hookups. I had to take a break because I was fucking so much last year. I had to take a break. All that fucking I was doing, I was still not over my ex. All that fucking that's why I was in love with my ex, bro. And I was fucking bad chicks too. Bad chicks. I was hooking up with this one girl, another Spanish chick too, married as well. But she's a therapist. This chick is a therapist. I was fucking a therapist, bro. And she counsels couples. This woman's telling me all this shit that this couple is complaining to her about, like, which is unprofessional. I didn't give a fuck, but like, who are you to be a therapist and I'm fucking you and you're a married woman? But her situation was she was married to a guy. She's married to a man. She makes more than him. So I guess she never respected her husband. And I'm like, well, why did you get married to him and have kids with him? She she said because I was 30 years old and I was tired of being used by all these men I gave. I was tired of being used, she said. I was attracting the wrong type of men. These guys didn't commit. I found this guy. He was a nice guy. This is my first time dating a nice guy. I told you guys, when a woman says you are a nice guy, you are the first nice guy I've been with, that is not a fucking compliment. She's going to cheat on you like how this woman did. She said he was a nice guy and I just settled. And this woman makes more than her husband. And she was very rude and disrespectful, saying he has a small, you know what, he don't F me good. And she just wanted to get piped down. I was having sex with her, 3-4 times until she got really sloppy. She wanted to have me around. She had the nerve. She was like, are you open to meeting my daughter? I'm like, why the fuck would I want to meet your daughter? And she's like, well, I'm thinking about divorcing my husband. No, don't divorce your husband because of me. But she's like, no, it's just, I've been thinking about this for a long time. But the thing is, I'm stuck because we don't have a prenup and I make all the money. So I'm stressed. Like, is he going to ask for money? But it's like, bro, I don't give a shit about that. Like, that's not my problem. So I had to cut that off because she was being too sloppy. You ask me to be a hanger, like, am I open to being around your daughter? Fuck no. This is just sex. But a lot of women get sloppy like that. A lot of married women get sloppy. And I had to cut that off because she asked me that stupid shit. So I cut that off. And also on the Field app, you have a lot of people who are in relationships and they just can't afford to break up because they're stuck paying the rent. A lot of couples are living paycheck to paycheck and they're miserable together. So that's a lot of that here in New York City because it's so expensive here. Shit, my apartment is $2,000 a month. So it's very expensive here in New York City. I matched with this Spanish chick too. So she lives with her boyfriend, right? She lives with her boyfriend and they can't afford to move out. They're stuck splitting the rent. Bro, she has like some studio in Bushwick, right? Bro, this woman wanted me to come to her studio to have sex. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. First of all, Bushwick is far as fuck. It's deep in Brooklyn. I am not traveling that far for some pussy. I'm just not. And I'm not about to be going to someone's workplace to do that. That woman was very sloppy as well. So I didn't end up hooking up with her, but there's a lot of that going on. A lot of people are just stuck in relationships, marriages, because they can't afford to break up. So they're miserable. They're not fucking and they're looking for things on the side. So I was going through a lot of married women. And most of the married women I was with at the time, some were stay-at-home wives, stay-at-home moms or whatever, and most of them, they were with guys who were providing, who were paying all the bills. So I was running into that a lot. So it made me realize, like, okay, even if you're a man, you're paying all the bills, you're providing, still, that ain't enough. It's like you can never make a woman happy. And I just want men to realize this, like, if you ever meet a woman and she's in her late 30s, bro, and she's demanding she's past her prime, she's demanding you to be paying for every fucking thing, don't do it. That is a bad deal. Continue to stack your money. Like, a lot of guys don't know that these women are freaks. Like, a lot of guys don't know that they've married nymphomaniacs. A lot of women are freaks out here. And now I was surprised because I was out the dating game for 6 years. So I didn't know how open-minded all these women were. I did not know how open-minded. And I will say this, like, still, man, it doesn't matter how good of a person you are as a man. If you are not doing what you need to do in the bedroom for some women, they're going to get it from somewhere else, bro. And that's the reality for most relationships. Like, I was with my ex, right? So my ex is a rich Asian woman, right? She comes from generational wealth. I fucked that up. Go to my first video. I fucked that up and oof. But she's a good woman, right? Beautiful, everything, right? So all of her girlfriends are just rich Asian chicks, right? So every time they would complain to my ex would tell me, we talk about everything, right? So she has a friend, right? You would never think this woman would be afraid because she looks like just a plain old Asian chick who's who's done everything right in her life. She works a good job, blah, blah, blah. Even though she works a good job, bro, she was with a dude, successful Asian dude, bro. He was cool. I met him a couple of times. Cool dude, successful on his shit, boss, boss dude. But she was complaining to my ex. They keep in mind they've been together for 8 years. She was complaining to my ex that the sex is bad. She just can't do it no more. And I'm like, this dude makes so much fucking money. Why isn't that enough? So when she came over one time and they were talking and I was there and I was like, well, the fact that he makes so much money, why isn't that enough for you? She said, life is too short to be having bad sex. And this dude is successful as fuck. So she broke up with this dude, right? She broke up with him. And the shit that she did after she broke up with this dude, she went to sex parties. That's what she told my ex. She went to a sex party. She went to a sex party and she went to an orgy. This bitch got chlamydia from the orgy. But still, she's in the lifestyle now. She's like, I think she's experimenting with poly now, but still, man, these women are fucking freaks. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being a freak, but shit, be a freak for your man. But I guess that dude, she said the sex was bad with him. And then she realized that she was bisexual. So she was trying to invite women into the bedroom. And this dude was like, no, he doesn't want that. I'm like, fuck. I would have wanted that. But from what she said, he wasn't into that. So she broke up with him. A lot of these women are freaks, man. And I'm not happy. I'm not proud of what I did, but sleeping with these married women, it was easy. You know, something that I did because I was trying to get over my ex. And I just want this to be a learning lesson for you guys, man. Just because you are paying all the bills, that's not going to make a woman loyal to you. She's not going to be faithful to you just because you're paying all the bills. It's not. Dating is a game, and you can't have no heart in this game. You can't lead with your feelings, bro. I don't give a damn if you're married to her, or if you're in a relationship. This woman is not your woman, bro. It's just your turn. And I had to realize that. Took me a long time to realize that, man. Just seeing how women move. Even if you're in, even with the single woman I was fucking outside on the apps, I'm smashing these women and they're like, listen, I just want to let you know, keep in mind, I'm not looking for anything seriously, but women would tell me, like, after we fuck, I just want to let you know that, I'm still fucking other people. I'm just still exploring and having fun. I'm like, okay, cool. That's fine. Women are never single, bro. Women are never single. Even if a woman gets into a relationship with a guy, I think because when women go on dating apps and they get flooded with all this attention, that is addicting. I think it's hard for women to push that aside, even if they're with a good dude. He could be making money, but if he's not doing what he needs to do in the bedroom, she's going to try to find something else. Or if he is piping her down good, but he don't got no money, she's still going to look for something else. Women are going to get their needs met either way. And I want men to learn, like, you can't put too much trust in a woman. You just can't. You can't put too much trust in a woman because you're going to end up getting hurt. And I think that's why a lot of guys crash out, because they done everything they were told to do as a man. They thought this is what you need to do as a husband. And still they keep on coming up short because sometimes their wives cheat on them. What I realized with fucking married women, I realized that married women don't respect their husbands. They don't honor their vows. That's why I think marriage is bullshit. I think marriage is bullshit. They don't honor their vows. Like I got an old friend. He got married and his fiance told me that her mom cheated on her dad. And she's still with the dude that she cheated on the dad with, right? But when she divorced her dad, she got everything. His 401k, retirement, all that, even though she's the one that cheated. Unless they change the marriage laws, family court and all that, there's no need to get married, I feel. because the man is always going to lose in the end. A woman is rewarded for breaking her marriage vow. She's rewarded after a divorce. So I just feel like there's no benefit to get married, to put all that trust in a woman. Being with these married women, it really opened my eyes, And I wouldn't, I was weak because these women were fine as fuck. Bad Spanish chicks, Asian chicks, mixed, like they were fine as fuck. And I think I was addicted to it because it was so easy. I was addicted to the sex. And I was also using sex as an escape. I was using sex to just not think about my ex. All these women I'm running through, um, all these women I'm running through, and I still wasn't over my ex because my ex was it is an amazing woman. I fucked that up. I fucked that up with my ex, and I just I took a good woman for granted. Because to be honest with you, man, this is my first time ever I was with. So me and my ex were together for 6 years. That's the longest relationship we both have ever been in. And that was my first time being with someone who was highly successful, comes from wealth, and who spoiled me. I was with a woman who we were living the high life, paid for trips, traveling. I used to be back and forth from LA because she had property in LA, I would be back and forth. And brother, man, I fucked that up. I fucked that up. But she's an amazing woman. Like my ex before we made it official and got together, my ex had simps trying to get her attention. When I got with my ex, she said she had this simp guy who would blow up her phone, and she would only use him so she can be drove to the airport because she travels a lot. And this guy would pick her up, give her flowers and shit. And she was like, he got me like flowers and shit. And like, I'm telling you guys, you being that nice guy, doing all that shit, it gets you nowhere because I didn't have to do any of that to get my ex. I didn't take my ex on no dates, none of that when we first met. I didn't have to do none of that. But seeing how women talk shit about simps and her other Asian girlfriends, man, like we were always all together. So hearing them talk all the time about these simps, bro, like you got a lot of desperate motherfuckers on these dating apps. My ex had a bad friend, bad chick from Japan, pretty Japanese girl. She comes from generational wealth too. She showed me her app, bro. She had over like 200 messages in her inbox. How do you go through all those fucking messages? But again, women have the upper hand when they go onto dating apps. But also, I think a lot of guys kiss Asian women's ass too. Men love Asian women, So, yeah, man, I was just trying to get over my ex because I was with this amazing woman for 6 years. And, I lost my best friend, that was she was my everything. And I fucked that up. And I take full accountability for that. I fucked up a good thing. And when I knew I lost her, I knew I lost her. I knew I lost her. I fucked that up. And when I moved into my new apartment, I just felt like I needed to just sleep around to stop thinking about her. Because during that time, I was in a dark place. I was in a deep depression. I was drinking. I was drinking and fucking. That's all I was doing from January, February, March, April, January to May, drinking and fucking because I was not over my ex. My ex was wifey material, man. I never thought about marriage and kids until I met her. And I was at a fucking low point, man. Drinking and fucking. That's all I was doing, just trying to get over my ex. And what got me out of my depression, man, again, shout out to Coach Greg Adams from the Free Agent Lifestyle. He has a YouTube, the Free Agent Lifestyle. I was watching his videos every day. I'm over here in a dark place. I'm crying like a bitch every day over my ex, crying like a bitch. But I was watching Coach Greg Adams' Free Agent Lifestyle podcast every day. I wasn't even watching TV, just watching his podcast every day. And he got me out of my depression, man. He got me out of my depression. I can't be feeling sorry for myself. I got to take full accountability. I fucked up a good thing. And life goes on. Life goes on, bro. My ex is an amazing woman. And she's going to, listen, she moved to LA. She's going to find a simp. She's going to find a dude who's going to kiss her ass and put her on a pedestal. She's going to find a better dude than me. because she's a great woman. She won't be on the dating market for too long because she's an amazing woman. And it is what it is. I fumbled a good woman. And on my first video from Wake Up to Breakup, you'll see I explain that I fumbled a good woman, and I take full accountability of that. I take full accountability of that. And, you know, she's an amazing woman. She's an amazing woman. And I had no money when I was with her. I was, I was down and I was working, but I could have been, I'm not where I'm at now. I wasn't making that much money when I was with her. And she told me, like, I'm with you because I love you. You don't, like, she told me that I'm with you because I love you. I know you're broke. Bro, my ex was the type that when we go out to eat, she would be like, I know you pay this bill, but I'm gonna cover dinner, or let's just go half because I know you paid this bill. She was just very considerate. And I know, and I can say that I probably ain't never gonna get that again. I probably am never gonna find a woman like that again. And I'd rather just live the free agent lifestyle, be solo dolo, travel, and just continue to focus on the new goals I have in my life, focus on success, and just be solo dolo. Because pretty sure I'm never gonna find a woman as good as that again, because they don't make women as good as that anymore. So, but that's why I was in a deep depression. I was doing all this fucking because I wasn't over my ex. I knew I fucked up and I knew I lost her. And I thought I needed to just fuck to get over my ex. And that was not healthy. I was in a dark place. Even though I'm fucking all these bad chicks and shit, I was not over my ex. I'm fucking all these women, bro. I'm fucking all these women. But still, none of these women can hold a candle to my ex. Even though they're bad. And it's fucked up what I did, man. It's fucked up what I did with these married women, but I fucked up and I wouldn't do it again. But I want guys to really pay attention. Like, just because you're paying all the bills, that ain't gonna make no woman faithful to you. Take notes on what I said. Women, there's a Field app. A lot of married bitches are on there. Field, Feeld. It's an open-minded app. There's a whole other side out here that you don't even know what these women are doing, bro. You got women who are going to sex parties to get slutted out and coming back to their boyfriends. If you got a girlfriend and she's on a girls' night out and she don't come back home until 5 o'clock in the morning, she's fucking. I'll even say 2 a.m. She's fucking. So don't ever put your faith in a woman, bro. Women want the lifestyle. They don't want you. And I think a lot of men were getting butthurt in the comments on my first video about married women because for some of these simps out there, this is going to be their fate. They're going to experience this because they are simps. Women do not respect simps. These are weak beta males, and this will be their fate. And that's why they were hurt in the comments. How could you? Where are your morals? Nigga, if you married to a bad bitch and she's throwing that pussy at somebody, most guys are going to hit that. These men don't owe you anything. They don't fucking know you. It's these wives that are on the dating apps looking for dick. Your wife don't like you. She ain't into you. She wants to get piped down by a nigga who looks better than you. He don't got to have your money, but the fact that he looks better than you, he piping her down better than you. You still keep on coming up short. It's not that man's fault. Can't have no heart in this game. I'm telling you, bro. Can't have no heart in this game. That's why these niggas be crashing out, because I done so much and still. That married chick I was dealing with, who was married to her husband, owns his own construction company. This bitch is married, went to a sex party with a stranger from a dating app, getting slutted out. That's what she wanted. She wanted to get slutted out. Can you imagine going to bed every night with the enemy? That's a lot of married men right now. They're in bed with their enemy. That's marriage for you. All that happy wife, happy life bullshit, that shit ain't, don't do that. You're going to keep on coming up short. Learn from this. Field app, Telegram, messaging app. If you know goddamn well you ain't popping your woman down, you got ED, she gonna get it from somewhere else. It is what it is. And as a man, come on, you gotta have common sense. You know if your woman's being sexually satisfied. And guys who leave with their wallet, they They know they lack in other areas. That's why they got to leave with their wallet. I'm fucking all these married women and I made less than their husbands. The threesome I had with the 2 Asian chicks, that girl's fiance, dude comes from generational wealth. She told us when we were getting drinks, she said he gave her the option when they get married, either you can still work or you can be a stay-at-home wife. I don't want you to work, baby. Even though she's talking mad shit about this dude. But again, that ain't my fucking problem. But a lot of guys are allowing this. Don't ever put your faith in a woman, bro. And a lot of y'all niggas don't know y'all sleeping with the enemy because these women don't like you, they don't respect you, and they know you're a nice guy, you're a nice simp. But one thing I learned from Asian women, man, Asian women are very strategic. If anything, I'm telling you, if anything, I see these whack ass women trying to give dating advice. It should be Asian women on these YouTube channels giving advice on how to get a rich dude. These women are very strategic. Let me tell you something about my ex had a friend, the Japanese woman I told you about. My ex's friend who's Japanese, she comes from generational wealth. She don't got to work. So she's here on a visa in New York, makes over 6 figures here on a visa. Within the first 3 months when she moved here to New York, she found a rich white dude, just like that. This nigga don't know she comes from generational wealth, from what my ex was telling me. So this nigga, she moved into his high rise. Niggas paying all the bills, but he loves her, but still, he don't know that she comes from generational wealth. And he's paying all the bills. But I guess he's rich too if he lives in a high rise apartment, and yeah. Like, you know, it is what it is, but still, it's like, it's that easy for some of these Asian chicks. They know how to, they are very strategic. Very, very strategic. They should be giving these women advice on how to get a rich dude because they know how to get them. That's one thing I'll give credit to these Asian women. And it is what it is, bro. Just because you're paying all the bills, that doesn't mean your woman's going to be loyal to you. I fucked up. I know I did, but I wouldn't do it again. I would not do it again because it's just, what pisses me off is like when you fucking these married women, they just want to vent to you. And it's like, I don't care. This is your life. You knew who you married. You knew you were not into this dude, but still you married this guy. That's not my problem. But just learn from my mistakes, fellas. Please hit that like and subscribe button. If you're going through anything in life, write me an email and I'll read it on the next episode. I give my opinion on it. Do it for free. I'm not going to be charging anything. I'll just let me know what you're going through, bro, and I got you. Just write me an email. My email's on my page and I'll read it on the next episode and give my advice. I won't put your name or personal information out there, but yeah, write me an email, bro, and I got you. But guys, she's not your woman. It's just your turn. Just because you married to a woman, that ain't your woman, bro. There are so many married women out here fucking on the low. So many. I was cleaning house on field. Cleaning house. Most of these women are married women. They're going to use that Telegram app because the messages can disappear. Telegram app. If you ever talk to a woman, she don't want to give you her phone number. She says, hit me on the Telegram app. She's married. She's married. But take notes, fellas. A lot of these women are freaks. A lot of women out here, they want to get slutted out, dominated, and their husbands are not doing that. They want to make love and shit. They're not doing that. But just take notes, bro. Take notes, man. There are good women out there. But again, you got a better chance of winning a scratch off than finding a good woman, because a good woman out there, bro, she's getting flooded with messages, likes. How is she able to get through all these messages to find a good man? She's going to be wasting her time on dudes who bring no value to her life because she's going off of a looks. The dating app, she's going based off of a looks. That's how it is. That's what it is. She's going to go to the guy who she's most attracted to. So it is what it is. But again, man, let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'll holla at y'all. Peace.